How far is too far? It's no secret within the wrestling community that a lot of the time we deal with a lot of toxicity, a lot of bad emotions, a lot of tweets, quite frankly, talking, complaining. Sometimes what you want doesn't happen, and sometimes what you want for your favorite wrestler doesn't happen. But in the broad scheme of things, no matter how passionate you are about something, how far is too far? Wrestling Twitter/X has always been the bane of my existence. It's always been the absolute worst. It took me a long time to even build my own platform on it, and I still really haven't grown there because I just don't care to interact with a lot of what goes on there. Now, last week we had The Rock show up at SmackDown and seemingly take Cody Rhodes' opportunity and match away from WrestleMania. I understand being upset that seemingly Cody Rhodes isn't getting what you want to happen, but we haven't had anything confirmed or denied yet. Right now, everything is still in progress, a story in motion. We had the hashtag We Want Cody movement. We had immediate backlash on all social media platforms after The Rock showed up on Friday. And I think we always expect other people to argue with each other in the comment sections, or when they disagree with someone that's excited to see The Rock, or if they disagree with someone who's upset to see Cody lose his chance. And then we have those people. That subsect of people. Ava Raine has been in NXT for quite some time. When Ava first came to the WWE in NXT, she made it very clear that she didn't necessarily want to be associated with The Rock, but yet the fans insisted. We've had people want Ava Raine in the bloodline. We've had her referred to as the Pebble. I can't imagine it's easy getting out from underneath the shadow of your dad being The Rock, but all things considered, I think she's done a very good job. When the internet lost its shit about The Rock coming back on Friday and they were upset about it, some decided it was their duty to take to Twitter and to go tell Ava Raine that she needed to tell her dad to leave Cody alone. And they couldn't only do that. She addressed the issue, and then she started receiving threats. At what point does this stop? Who are these people that take things to this level? Ava Raine has since deactivated her X account, and who could blame her? I can't imagine how irritating it would be to have your inbox flooding with a bunch of idiots telling you that you need to unalive yourself, badger you over something that you have absolutely nothing to do with. If no one is going to tell you to really look inward and think of logic, really reevaluate your lives. Because in order for her to delete her account like that, you know it wasn't just 2 or 3 people that were in her inbox. She was getting flooded. But it didn't end there. It didn't end there. Not only did we have Ava Raine, who's within the WWE, being targeted, we had Sami Zayn post a seemingly innocent and very well thought out and true tweet. So word for word, Sami Zayn's tweet is, "I know that many people have many opinions about wrestling drama, and maybe I too would weigh in, if not for the fact that there are actual tragedies in the world happening daily that make wrestling drama seem largely unimportant." He deleted it. He's since deleted it. People tore him apart. They were absolutely tearing him apart for speaking absolutely nothing but facts. There are larger things happening in the world than you freaking out and crying over something that's happening within a scripted storyline wrestling product. I have even felt that way, and I've been very vocal about it the last few weeks because I have family members in the hospital. My priorities are not in my overreactions about what's going on with wrestling. It's within my own family. And I can't help but find myself be so frustrated by this always, because we know it's never going to change. We're always going to have those people out there that are able to exist, and it's so disheartening to me. On top of the personal attacks that people are, bombarding upon people on social media, we have people calling for a boycott of WrestleMania. Boycott WrestleMania Night 2, as if they know what's happening on Night 2. Boycott the shows. I saw a few particular comments that were saying, oh, we should line up outside of WWE shows with picket signs and boycott the shows, saying we want Cody. There were talks during NXT Vengeance Day that they were going to take over the show. And I'm trying to find the logic in that. One, because I feel like that energy could definitely be placed for better elsewhere. But how dare you think it's a good idea to go to an NXT show that has nothing to do with what happened on Friday Night SmackDown and overshadow the hard work of all of those people that are doing so well down there? You love wrestling. If you claim to love wrestling and you do something like that, or you even think that that's a good idea, I don't know that there's any help for you. Not only that, but if you're a fan of Cody Rhodes and I feel you have any grasp of the kind of person that Cody Rhodes is and his love for the business, I cannot imagine that Cody Rhodes would be sitting at home watching all of this unfold and being like, yes, I want everyone to boycott WrestleMania of all of my peers who have been working so hard for years and do so well. Yes, the best thing for the wrestling business as a whole is to just completely boycott it and disregard all of those other people. Wrestling is not a business that is about one person in particular. The business works when people work together. We've seen this when it comes to tribalism within AEW and WWE and Ring of Honor and really anywhere else. All of the people that are in the wrestling business, there is a sentiment of camaraderie between all of them. They all have shared experiences and they have a love for the same thing. And maybe that's something that we on the outside as fans don't quite grasp. Or maybe it's just that you've never been a part of anything in your life and you don't understand what it is to have a sense of loyalty or respect for those around you that put in the hard work and love something as much as you do. It's all me, me, me. Oh, I didn't get my way. This thing didn't happen. And then on top of that, you're putting words in people's mouths about what is going on. We have people out there saying, oh, well, because The Rock is in TKO, The Rock is such an egomaniac. He put himself in this position as if that was exactly what happened, as if The Rock went out somewhere and said that to somebody. All of the things that you are alluding to that being the case are things that you've heard in promos on wrestling shows. What part of that can you discern from reality? There's just no thought process. There's no logic. We act on emotion. There were very few people that I saw this weekend that didn't press the gas pedal and just not act on impulse. And I, for me personally, because of the negative reactions that I got, I didn't want to be a person to jump on it immediately. Again, because I had other stuff going on. And it wasn't good for me to read a comment section full of people telling me how stupid I am and how I'm an issue with the wrestling community and how I'm part of the problem just because I popped when The Rock came out. You didn't know anything about what I was thinking. You didn't know what my afterthought process was going to be. I was born in 1992 and I watched The Rock rise. My favorite WrestleMania is WrestleMania 17. One of my favorite feuds of all time is Rock and Stone Cold at 17 and 19. So yeah, I pop when The Rock comes out. I'm not immediately thinking about implications or, oh, this is screwing Cody over, because that's not the kind of wrestling fan I am, and it's not the kind of wrestling fan I want to associate myself with. The wrestling space in itself, even when it comes to content creation, which I am a part of that group, has become so saturated that we have a lot of people that are willing to jump on anything that they possibly can in order to get the views and the attention, even if that means turning back on their own words. There were so many people over the years that I've seen complain about negativity and the negativity that they get, and yet they beat this horse to absolute death and then had the audacity to call out other people that didn't think the same way that they do. It was the biggest example of hypocrisy that I've seen in a very long time. It might be the biggest show of hypocrisy that I've seen within the content creation community that I have ever seen since I've been doing this in 3 years. I have distanced myself from so many people and I refuse to do so many shows and things because a lot of the time it makes it easier for me to stay in my bubble and keep my sanity than to deal with the whiplash of all of the opinions and thoughts of those around me. Because of all the negative comments I was getting, and it's something that you know when you join the internet community in general, when you start making content, you're going to get negative comments. But for the first time in a while, I even spoke about this, I really wondered if this space is for me, if my takes actually fit in this space. Because all of a sudden, I'm in the bracket of, oh, well, you're a bigger creator. You're a bigger creator, and so we're going to talk crap about you and what you say and what you don't say because you have this platform, you should feel this way, or because you have this platform, you should be speaking out against this. And honestly, I don't have to do anything. The true colors are being shown of many people, of many fans, and I refuse to fall into that category. I don't need to harp on negativity and trending hashtags in order to feel fulfilled with myself. And if you do, I'm sorry. I'm also sorry if you feel the need to tear other people down that don't think the same way as you in order to feel fulfilled. I hope your superiority complexes really get you ahead in life and make you feel like a superior wrestling fan, because at the end of the day, as much as you might like this art form and this business, you, for the most part, are not in it. And by you calling for boycotts and tearing down talent that do it, how much can you say you love pro wrestling if all you ever do is try to sabotage it? You think that the companies themselves are sabotaging the wrestling industry? You think that the talent themselves are sabotaging the wrestling industry? No. It's always been the fans. It always will be the fans. And that's not talking about, the corporate heads or all of the backstage drama that goes on. No, I think wrestling's biggest downfall are the people that say they enjoy it. It's a quote you've probably seen many times before, but for a group of people that claim to love something so much, wrestling fans sure do hate the thing that they love.